look, I just wanted to start focusing in on a new subject that I haven't really covered before in some of my previous, recordings. Really starting to focus a lot more on budgeting and understanding kind of the nuances to it. And really, hopefully this will relate to you, because I think I've seen this in my own practice, my own personal practice at the house, our own personal budget. I'm more of a creative, have a more creative mindset, more visual, and my wife is a CPA, so she knows numbers, and it's always worked that way for me. In fact, even when I remember trying to come up with a business plan, I have to have visual concepts to make these things resemble some type of order. And I remember in this business plan, it didn't make sense until I read a book that actually broke apart the business plan into a creative process. But kind of going into what budgeting is like for me, budgeting is a lot like that. It doesn't make sense to me unless I can see a visual picture of what the budget will look like. So I'm going to kind of talk a little bit about that this month and try to see if I can bring some relevance to people who may struggle in the same way. Maybe it's not so much at a creative process or just a conceptual, but also just the practice of it, because budgeting is much like a diet or a workout plan. Why would I want to spend hours creating a workout routine, putting it into practice, and not ever measuring whether or not it's worth the time and the effort, the pain and the hours in the gym, without seeing any results? Now, that's an expectation too, as a result. It could be that your expectation is just to stay fit, just to feel good. Then you should do that, but just realize that the time and effort is your result is going to be less dramatic, maybe. But same thing in dieting. If I want to diet to lose weight and I don't see the results, then I get discouraged. And that's also important to note, like in a budget. I mean, if we constantly are pinching or monitoring our expenses and our spending habits, and we don't feel good about it, we're not going to continue doing it. So I thought I would throw out a lot of pieces. You're going to see a lot of video pieces today, or throughout this month. Sorry, in regards to what is a budget, how do I budget, what parts of the budget can I improve upon, what tools should I use to put together a budget. I'm going to cover a lot of these things because I think it's important for the foundation of everything else that goes forward. Because I think when we, as finance professionals, this is not only in personal finance, but even my wife, who helps small business owners manage their finances in their business, it all comes down to budget. How are we spending and tracking our money, right? So this is probably one of those things that you would think that everybody would know. And I think it's just like dieting. Everybody realizes that in order to lose weight, you either got to burn it off or you got to do calorie restriction. I mean, you either have to eat less or burn more, and it doesn't seem to be much more than that mathematically. And budget's the same way. If you want to make more money, or spend more money, you're either going to have to make more money or you're going to have to save more money. It just becomes as simple as that. But why is it that the most simplest things seem to be the hardest to do, right? So I hope you guys get a lot of value from these next several topics that I'll help break down. They're helping me with my practice, because I know it relates to people who are struggling with this, because not only, like I said, the budget's the foundation of everything else. You'll need this roadmap in order to kind of navigate through personal finance. And there are a lot of emotional and factual things you have to navigate. I've done it myself. I've experienced it myself personally, so I know that these things can affect everyone in the same way. So I hope that relates to you, and I hope that the upcoming messages are going to be positive enough for you to take action on. So they're going to be action oriented as well. So I hope that you get everything out of it that you can. So look forward to some of those coming up, and I look forward to hearing from you, because if this is something that you feel is impacting you, or maybe that you've got some things you want to know more about that I haven't covered, this is one thing I really want to hear from you about. What should I cover? What kind of questions do you have about budgets, and in personal finance in general too? Hey guys, have a great rest of your day. We'll talk to you soon.